Today, Mia and I are at Dog Street Tattoo, a rather unique tattoo parlor tucked away in a loft above a doctor's office. We're speaking to tattoo artist Emily Scott, who is giving us some insight into her life and experience as a tattoo artist. Mia was lucky enough to be tattooed by Emily herself during our visit.
So my name is Emily Scott. I am one of the co-owners of Dog Street Tattoo in New Paltz, New York, and I've been tattooing for about 11 years now. I am more the case of being in the right place at the right time. I always drew, like, my whole life growing up. I would get into trouble in school for drawing on other kids. But I lived in Chicago for a year. And while I was out there, I was hanging out with a whole bunch of people that were working in tattoo shops. And eventually, after just drawing there every day, the owner was like, hey, can you draw this stencil for me? And I went, absolutely. I'm going to go nervous barf real quick and then BRB. And it just kind of went from there. So I was very lucky to fall into this. So Dog Street, we're pretty chill, man. We're lucky that all three of us came together and we're all on the same page and have the same vision. So mostly it consists of waking up a little bit later than the rest of the world, which doesn't suck. We're also a private studio, so it's kind of nice that we don't have walk-ins coming in all the time and interrupting people that might be having a sensitive session. But yeah, mostly it's just, drawing a lot constantly and meeting really interesting people from all over the place. It's a good gig, man. We're very lucky. I think that's a majority of my tattoo work is all illustrative animals, but I love, fun like pop culture tattoos. Like for Halloween, we have a little lemon grab from Adventure Time, which will be fun. Illustrative like lady heads, really illustrative, neo-traditional, and then like video game tattoos. Any video game tattoos I'm really stoked to do. Everybody's got crazy stories. I think one of my favorites was a gentleman came in about an hour and a half late to his appointment after we had watched him through the front window of the shop, sitting in his car, shotgunning beers and smoking cigarettes. And this guy came in, he was all heated. I don't like the service I've gotten here. And we were like, we literally just said hello to you guys. So he decides he's gonna tell us all to F off. Goes to slam the door, and he trots back out to his truck and realizes that he has locked his keys in his truck along with his entire cooler of beer. So that was fun. I had to tattoo this lovely woman. She was so sweet. But she wanted to get right above her bits done. And it was like, cool, no problem. We do sensitive tattoos. But it was funny when I went, oh, can you just fold over your yoga pants once? And she went, sure thing. And just drop trout, nothing on underneath. This was the most normal thing in the world. But I think that's probably the strangest. I think as an artist, I think it's incredible that your picture that you made is on this living, breathing canvas for the remainder of their entire life. I think that's pretty overwhelming at times and awesome. But I think probably the coolest part is when people come in and they're dealing with something, and seeing the look on their face after they get this tattoo that be it a memorial, be it a scar cover-up, be it a little cancer ribbon this big. That look on their face where they're like, man, I really, really got something good out of this. That's the coolest feeling, I think.
Getting tattooed by Emily was honestly really fun. She's probably one of the best tattoo artists I've ever been tattooed by. She was willing to talk to you and just be a regular person rather than a lot of tattoo artists I've had in the past that are very full of themselves and very egotistical and act as though they're above you. Compared to my last experience, it was monumentally better. I think I've never had a worse experience than my last tattoo, which actually was the outline of this one. I originally wanted to have it filled in, and the tattoo artist convinced me that it wasn't a good idea. he was like, no, I don't think you're gonna like that. How can you decide what I'm gonna like? Yeah, I think Emily was unbelievably nice and very humble. Like, she's so good at what she's doing, and yet she's still very she's still a person. She understands that it's like, you're not better than anybody else. You're just good at your craft. And I really, really respect that about her. And hopefully I get to get tattooed by her again. She was booked up for months. So I think she has worked really hard to get where she is. And she's doing exactly what she is meant to be doing. And I really admire her as an artist, as a person. I think she's really nice, really great.